I need you to hear this word that God gave me this morning, especially if you're praying for a miracle, if you need God's provision and you're just struggling with overwhelm and anxiety in your life. Behind me is literally the miracle that God has blessed me with 4 months ago through his provision and through absolute faith and miracles that happened. I was leaving an unhealthy, toxic relationship. I had no means of getting there. Out of that situation, I had no idea where I was going to go, but I just had me, my four daughters, and faith that God was going to take me out of this situation. God has been saying, get your home in order. And that feels overwhelming. What does that mean? But yesterday it all clicked for me. And now he's asking me to share this because it is quite literally pivotal in what is going to allow you to hear God's voice versus being overtaken by the enemy and then slowly backing away from the provision that God has for you. And what that is literally getting your home in order, because clutter and overwhelm translates to your mind. Your home is meant to be this place that protects you, that is sacred to you and your family. And when it is in disarray, when it's in dysfunction, because you have too many things, because you're not taking care of it, you're not stewarding it, you're not respecting it, you don't have the energy of peace and love and protection in your home, then you are allowing entities and the devil to come into that space and overtake you. Because how does that happen? That happens through anxiety, that happens through overwhelm. And when you walk into a space where it's so loud and overwhelming and anxiety inducing because you see all of the things that you need to do, you see the to-do list, you see the clutter, it translates into your mind, and the two go hand in hand. And this was overwhelmingly clear to me because he's been saying this to me. But yesterday I was reading Luke chapter 22, and it started with, and then Satan entered into Judas, one of the 12 disciples. And it clicked for me because when Satan entered Judas, he didn't overtake and possess him. Judas still had his free will available to him, but he could no longer hear the voice of God. Even though he had this actual relationship with Jesus, he still betrayed him because the devil was able to enter him because of Judas's overthinking, his overwhelm of what he thought Jesus should be doing. And how many times do we allow the devil access into our life, into our home, to manipulate us, to quiet the voice of God, and to allow our anxiety and our overwhelm to be louder because of the things that are around us? We don't have control of some of these things. We don't have control of the circumstances around us, or how long, or God's timeline for this miracle or provision to come into our life. But what we do have control of is how we keep our home, how we respect and love and steward the blessings that God has already given us. Even if we want more, we need to take care of what we currently have, not only to show God that we can do more when given more because we can take care of what we have, but also so that we don't allow the enemy access into our hearts and into our mind, but into our home. And he does that simultaneously. The two go hand in hand. And so this word that I've been getting is literally about stewardship, and God is literally talking me through the things on having a godly home. And I have no idea what that means, but he is showing me, he is telling me to do some of these things and asking me to share it. And I just feel like somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to hear that you have control of how your home feels, how your space feels, or at least some portion of it. So what can you do right now? What is the next right thing to do in order to be able to hear God more clearly, to not allow the enemy access into your home because of the overwhelm that's around it? I'm going to be sharing how I am doing this, how I am creating a God-centered home, how I am creating peace, how I am doing all of these things as God shows me how to do it. And he's asking me to share it with you. And it is a restoration of not only my home and my space, but at the same time, restoration of my soul is happening and my faith. And I just really encourage you to remember that everything is that deep, and how your home feels and looks and is directly ties to how well you can hear God. Because when you have overwhelm and anxiety circling in your mind, then it's never quiet enough to be able to hear the quiet but steady and faithful voice of God.